So now that I have this thing flipped over, we'll start laying out the base frame, which is just the base box that'll make up the frame. So on this one, it's a little weird because your frame's actually going to sit in here. These are old mount points, so I'll probably use those to mount to the frame. I'll come out, box it down here. You have these mounts here. They're actually the original ones that mounted the whole midsection of the car. They're actually nice and convenient, so I'll probably run the frame rail right along these on both sides. So that'll be your 3 sides. And then somewhere around this point, you gotta jog in because you need room for your wheels to turn. I made that mistake on the first one, had to chop it up, redo it. So yeah, you'll jog in, and I'll probably come straight through here, and same thing over there, jog over and back. So I'll tie in there to mount the body, and I got that mount there and that mount there on the back. That'll mount the body to the frame, and then I'll have to come up with something up here, maybe come out of here somehow. We'll get into that though later. So after doing a little measuring, I drew up a quick sketch of what the base frame will be. These measurements could change a little bit. I will cut all this stuff, I'll tack weld it all together, I'll fit it in here. If it needs changed at all, I cut it apart, trim stuff, whatever. But this is the rough measurements I have. This will be the rough shape. This is the front of the frame. You have, like I said, you got to jog in because your front wheels and axle will be here, and you got to have room to turn the tire without smacking the frame. So this is just a base. This is how I set all my frames up, basically. Same idea. Mustang frames the same, every one of them that I've built. This is just kind of my starting point, and then I'll work from there, lay out the rear axle, the front axle, all that stuff. But as you can see, 27.5 inches. That's from the inside here to the inside of that one. We got 32 inches here. That's from this point to right around here, the back side of your wheel well. And you have that 2-inch jog. You'll come up, crossed. You have 19 inches here. That'll be from this cross member here at the back of your wheel wells forward. I have it set right to this point, right at this mount. So I'll put something here to mount the body. And then over, same thing on that side. So that's the base layout of the frame. I'm gonna cut, tack all that once it's fit together. I'll make any changes on this print and I'll show you guys. But that's how I lay my base frame out, and we'll go from there. So I got the basic frame all cut. As you can see, it's kind of roughly laid out. I might actually have to bring those sides in a little more. We'll see once I get it into the body. I'm gonna tack weld it all together and see how the turning radius and stuff is with it, to make sure it don't hit the frame. But gotta get it thrown up on the weld table, get it all squared up and tacked together, and see how it fits in the body. Got part of the frame here clamped up to the table. As you can see, these clamps are really nice. They drop down through the holes and just got a nut on the bottom. I just finger tighten them, clamp down, and then you got these little alignment pins that go in. That gives you a nice little corner to start with. I'm gonna check your corners, check them for square, both sides. And then I also measure the outside to outside, outside to outside to make sure everything's parallel, square, good to go. I'm gonna tack this up, move it back, put the front bar on, and then start working on the front section of the frame. So I got the base frame fitted into the body here. I do have to squeeze this down some. I don't have enough room for the tires. So I have to cut here and here, cut this off, cut a little off, squeeze it down skinnier, and redo it. So this is the base frame. I just have that kind of sitting there for now to hold it up. But as you can see, I sit right in here on both sides. And I'm actually below this mount back here, so I'll probably make something that comes off and in here to use these holes. So I got to figure that out, but that's the base frame. This is how I start all my builds. Gives you a good platform to work off of and build from. So the base frame is all finished and laid out. Time to weld it in. And that's how you blow the breaker out in your garage. So I got the breaker reset. That happens from time to time when I do it on welding. Fortunately, that's the downfall of welding on 110. But it's what I got. So I'll reset it when I go. And keep going welding. Let's keep getting this thing welded in. I like to weld as much as I can as we point down to the table. Just helps keep everything held flat while you weld it, and then I'll flip it over and I'll finish out the one side. So that's why I do it this way. Keeps everything flat and square and as straight as possible. So this thing is all welded out now. It's cooling down. Once it's cooled down, all these flat surface welds, I'm gonna grind flat and smooth them out. Outside welds, I'll grind those, round them out, make them look good. So that's the next step. Get it all smoothed out and ready for adding some axles and bearings and stuff like that. So here's the frame all welded out. I just finished grinding all the welds. As you see, I like to smooth my flat welds out, clean my corners up. And then this type of weld, these inner corners I always leave. I'll just clean them, hit them quick to knock any of the little weld BBs out so it's smooth. But that's the frame, the main frame. Next, I'm gonna get this thing fitted into the body, put some body mounts on it. That's the next step that I like to do. And then I'll fit my rear axle, get it sitting in the wheel well how I want it, width and everything set, and then I'll move to the front axle and get it set. So stay tuned, that'll be in the next video.